Thank you all for being here, and I think everybody should have one of these program sheets in their hands. And those of you online, who are watching online, you don't have one of these program sheets. We apologize for that, but if you're interested, you can go to our website and read more about, go to our blog and read more about the program in detail. And we also want to let you know that our live feed has been updated and upgraded since last time. So hope you all will enjoy the program. There are about 25 people online watching right now, just so you guys all know. But there is no comparison to actually being here in Tibet House. So if you just briefly, if you flip through the pages, we have some very special collection of some of the most special, most powerful, interesting, and popular contemporary Tibetan songs and the lyrics that go with them. And some of the singers that are featured in here are also the most popular among the Tibetan audiences today. And actually, the person that we are highlighting today is Tashitu, who is a Tibetan musician from Salam in Amdo. And he produced an album. He recorded an album called Torture Without Trace. And that contained songs that are politically sensitive, what Chinese government would call contraband or illegal, because those songs talked about the Tibetan people's desire to see their leader, His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Those songs talked about the Tibetan people's desire for freedom. They talked about Tibetan history. One track in particular talks about 1959 and compares it to 2008. So, if you're in Tibet, those are subjects that you cannot talk about. So, at many levels, in terms of how much censorship and how much repression there is in Tibet from a cultural angle, it is almost like you've ripped off a page from the book 1984, and you'll remember thought control. How the government is trying to crack down on not only what you say, not only what you read, and not only what you watch, but actually what you think. And that is the most subtle and brutal kind of control that a government can exercise over people. That's what the Chinese government is trying to do in Tibet right now. But these people are showing us, and they're showing the world, that the Tibetan spirit cannot be crushed that easily. And to a large extent, the kind of repression that the Chinese government has waged in Tibet has backfired on them. And that's why we have had this really incredible stream of poetry and music, films, books, paintings that have come out of Tibet in recent times. So with this program, with this series, what we hope to do, number one, is to promote, to let everybody know that there is this wonderful, renaissance, this enduring kind of renaissance taking place in Tibet in spite of everything. And number two, we want those people whom the Chinese government is targeted for writing these lyrics, for singing these songs, for listening to these songs. There are many people who have been detained and jailed for doing nothing more than writing a song. And for these people, we want to promote their profile, promote their songs, and promote their message, so that the very reason why the Chinese government arrested them becomes counterproductive, because they wanted to silence them, and we want to amplify their message. And the third point, one of our goals with this series is to create a stronger market for these gems of cultural heritage that are coming out of Tibet. The songs, books that are not only of traditional Tibetan heritage, but contemporary Tibetan culture, contemporary Tibetan art, contemporary literature. And this is what we want to promote on a global stage point where there is a viable market, not only in Tibet, but on the global stage for the messages that these people are trying to put out. So we thank you all for supporting us in this effort, and through the, I think toward the end of the event, we'll have another period where people can sign petitions for the release of some of these people who are now political prisoners. And for those of you who are watching online, we want to encourage you, no matter where you live, whether you are a student or a non-student or a professional, whether you are on a college campus, university, high school, or in a community, anywhere you live, I think everybody can make it a point to host a Renaissance series event where you host a poetry reading or you host a film screening, and through these efforts you can help us raise awareness about the Chinese government's crackdown in Tibet, but at the same time also raise awareness about the Tibetan cultural products, the cultural messages, and the political messages that are coming out of Tibet. So everybody can do this, and it's actually quite easy to organize a simple kind of gathering and poetry meeting. So please contact us if you have any interest in doing this, because we have all the materials that we can provide you in a kit. So it's very easy to organize. So thank you, that's all.